All right. None of you spoke up, so technically this is all your fault.
Yes. Sounds right.
But isn't that the theme of the campaign? Hello, and welcome to Cause and Effect, where everything is the player's fault. Yes, even getting attacked by a shark god, believe it or not.
We're come here.
That's right.
Well, you started a series of unfortunate events that led to the shark god existing, believe it or not.
That's new.
Well, yes, I just dropped that on you. But there is lore behind it. You have been given some of the pieces already, but not enough for you to see what the jigsaw puzzle is, and I didn't give you the box lid for you to be able to tell. Also, there's a prime number's worth of corner pieces for this map. Anyway, my name is Crash. I'll be your GM for the evening. Tonight I am joined by a bunch of awesome people. Beth, who writes books at elizabethmccoy.com. Ellie, who is also awesome. Io, whose mom writes books at elizabethmccoy.com. And I gotta do the joke. It's the running gag. I have to do that. Which became funnier once Beth started playing in these games too. It has only gotten better. And last but certainly not least, Jen, who writes at bookofjen.net and podcasts at shattersocial.com.
Yes.
All right. So now if somebody doesn't listen to the end of the recording, they've still heard all the plugs. So there. Now, what happened last time?
Oh.
It was last time when we had a fight against something in a tunnel.
For the record, dear listeners,
dragon.
It's been a month of real time since the last time we played this campaign.
Yeah.
Yes, you fought a dragon.
We had a fight against the dragon, and Hobby refused to not be in front of the dragon turtle.
Hobby rushed in
slid
twice.
part under it. Yeah, well, cat. I mean, it's like you pick up the cat, you put the cat away from where you are trying to deal with something. Cat, zoom. Pick up the cat, put the cat, zoom. Pick up the cat, put the zoom.
It doesn't matter if you put the cat where the cat wants to be. If you put the cat there, the cat will not want to be there. Because you decided to put the cat there. Also, Merrick is a wild magic barbarian, and we finally played a wild magic barbarian correctly and rolled on the wild magic table for the wild magic barbarian, which allowed you to teleport underneath the dragon turtle and stab it from below.
Right.
And not get hit by its steam breath weapon.
Yep.
And Emil was also there. It's how you know I'm not just throwing in overpowered NPCs to feel all great and powerful as the GM, because I gave you Emil.
Poor Emil.
Yes.
To substitute in for A.
Yes.
There you go.
I'll have you know my voice doesn't crack like that too often. What? Emil begins to curse several gods. All of them named variations of G and M. And Tex got the killing blow by smacking its head into the ground.
That's true.
Yes, that's right, Socket. And you were not there. Although I do believe you're mentioned in that recording because you came over and... I suggest that Socket... Yeah.
Speaking of cats, I'm very glad that Boo has apparently worn himself out.
Oh.
Yay!
He has been feeling better since a bladder infection, but
which means he has energy now. So for the last couple of days, it has been like, I swear he's in two places at once. Just running back and forth through the house, meowing.
Oh.
Ellie actually has two cats, but didn't know.
Yeah, and it's not like it hasn't happened before, but he's wearing a pretty distinctive collar, so... Anyway,
Socket spent most of today sleeping on my lap, which was adorable. But that means he has energy now. Yes. Okay. And I'm sitting in a chair where he cannot comfortably just jump up onto my lap. So, by comfortably, I mean it would not be comfortable for me.
But would it be comfortable for him?
Not with my reaction to him doing that, no.
Oh, well, okay.
Yes.
I mean, that's the important part is the cat's comfort.
As one knows. Well, after you fought the dragon turtle, there was time for a long rest. So you got that going for you. You got some background information that the dragon turtle had been basically herded in to attack you by the shark god because it had been nipping at the dragon turtle to make it move in various directions. The ghouls that were harvesting the dragon turtle for its meat, because ghouls are not picky about the source of their food. Technically, they are. They prefer talking meat. They are anti-kobold or pro-kobold if you're talking about meat sources. It depends.
Just making sure I'm in the Orklands, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good.
And Tim called in a favor to have some ghost pirates cause a distraction that would allow you to infiltrate the ancient city underwater that the Sahuagin were currently using as their base. Now, what you've learned is that the Sahuagin have been using the whole city as their base, but no more. They've been pushed to the outskirts of it. That's why they were going closer to Oregano and trying to take over that area, because they couldn't be in the city proper anymore. Something bigger and worse took them out of there. So you went in and you didn't stop looking for CLs, because all the CL citizens that weren't able to escape were being kept prisoner there. You found cages that they would have been in. You didn't find any CLs, but you didn't stop looking for them. However, there was that glowing light off in the distance. So you decided, we're going to keep looking, but we're going to keep looking in that direction. And you went towards the light. And I made a poltergeist reference.
I got it.
Yeah.
Didn't want
it. Well, I included the gift receipt.
I will find a way to return it to sender. Don't you worry.
Well, you do GM a game on Sundays, so...
I do.
But the ones who handle ghosts and spiritual things are not the game we're probably playing on Sunday. And Rotini's just going to blow it up.
I'm just going to be quiet and smile. Keep going.
Chances are Rotini has already weaponized the TV that's only showing static.
That's why it's only showing static.
No. If it was working before, he would make sure it's still working. But don't touch that dial.
Oh, there's always a... Yeah, don't touch that.
Anyway, so you got to a part of the city, and the city is these giant spires that it occurred to you they looked like they had been like skyscrapers at one point. Being from the future, you were able to recognize that kind of architecture. Not because they looked exactly like skyscrapers that you remembered from the future, but because, well, if you're going to build tall, there are certain design choices that you make. As much variation as there is. It's like all things become crabs when given enough time. The crabs don't look alike, but there's certain design aspects that stay the same. Well, these were very ancient buildings that had been melted in some cases. Some of them were falling over, some of them had fallen over. But as groups moved into this area and built up around it, some of them were able to build into these things. Some of them built around them. You saw a lot of that. Where you are now, there's nothing alive other than plant matter. Even mindless animals like jellyfish aren't here.
Coral?
And
any corals?
I'm going to say no.
That's creepy.
Not living coral, anyway.
Great. It's all horribly bleached.
And somebody used an ability to detect.
That was Tex. She did that.
Yes, Tex did that. And Tex did, in fact, detect... That ability could detect a variety of things. I think it was Divine Sense. I could be wrong.
Yes.
But it could detect a variety of things. And I kept ignoring Ellie when Ellie was saying, yes, but is it Celestial Fiend or Undead? Celestial Fiend or Undead? Which is it? Which is it, Crash? As I continue to describe the situation. Because I wanted to feed that into the narrative. A celestial shark is swimming straight down at Tex as fast as it can go. But using this ability, Tex has been forewarned that it's coming. And so we start initiative. Only 12 and a half minutes into the session. Tex is going first. Yeah, it's not bad for us. Usually it's like, an hour and a half in, we finished the recap. And 18 digressions.
Mhm.
Biting my lip. I'm biting my lip.
How far above me is the shark at this point?
At this exact point, it is roughly 50 feet above you.
Even as awesome as I am, I can't jump that high.
Well, you are underwater.
Well, we're swimming.
We've established the whole time we've been here that as a Warforged, I'm too heavy to swim.
Tex presses a button that we've never talked about. Suddenly, water wings spring out around her arms. Unfortunately,
They're right
not
next to the
large enough
speakers.
to actually help. What's that?
They're right next to the speakers.
Unfortunately, the speakers were not designed to be waterproof. They immediately short out and are ruined. The paper diaphragms inside of them warp. None of that is canon.
Sniffle. Probably good.
So yes, it's 50 feet straight up, heading right towards you.
Okay.
What do you do in this moment?
That's a really good question. What type of creature did we say it was?
It is a celestial.
That's what I thought. And Emil's all the way over there.
Yeah. I'm going to say your placement on the grid is accurate, except for the shark. The shark should be right on top of you, but then you wouldn't be able to move your character at all.
Gotcha. All right. I'm going to trust Emil to stay out of the way. I can't trust Hobby to stay out of the way.
No. Generally not. Unless you tell her to.
And even then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't trust Hobby to stay out of the way. So my ultimate position isn't going to change, but I am going to take a 5-foot step toward Hobby and then back. And I'm going to do a ridiculous thing. I apologize, GM, that I have done a ridiculous thing.
She says to the GM who put a Santa hat on the shark god because we're recording this in December. Also, thank you for this gift. Protects you from good and evil.
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think this is
Hobby,
the first time.
You are protected from good and evil.
Thank you.
Why does my sheet say I'm concentrating on holy weapon?
Because you were the last time we were in combat.
Yeah.
Long rest.
Long resting doesn't clear concentration.
Oh.
Apparently not. Anyway, this is the ridiculous part. I take an action surge, and then I hold my action.
Okay.
I reserve the right to do something else once the shark gets here.
The shark got a 4 on initiative, so basically you are doing the...
Yeah, I know. It's right after it gets here and does whatever it's going to do, I get another turn. I'm aware that this is ridiculous. However, I want to interrupt it doing what it was going to do.
I am here for this content. I can't wait to find out.
I'm going to take an action between when it gets here and when it takes its action.
I don't think Tex would do this, but there's got to be like the parody version of this where Tex is doing a Dragon Ball Z powering up with the action surge. Just yelling for the half hour it takes for us to get to that point, because that's how D&D is. All right. Next up is Merrick. Merrick, there's a shark 50 feet up.
50 feet up. Okay. Merrick's going to move a little bit closer to where the shark appears to be, and
imagine, if you will,
up below him.
Imagine, if you will, there is a shadow over Tex that's getting larger and larger as the shark is approaching. It is directly above Tex.
You cut out. Okay.
The shark is directly above Tex. I just can't put it there, or Tex wouldn't be able to move.
Right. So Merrick's gonna get a little closer
Okay.
and fight the thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like
Rage?
rage at all?
Yes.
All
Let's see if I
right.
can figure out where that is on the character sheet. Hold on.
And don't
It's been
forget
a bit.
wild magic.
Wild
Yes.
magic. Okay. Let's
No,
see.
We will need to roll
Where
on the
is
wild
that?
magic table. I will walk you
Okay.
through that
Okay.
because it's a
Yeah.
little janky.
Okay.
Features. So first of all, so the third tab on the side, over on the right-hand side, is features.
Uh-huh.
The very
Oh,
first
there's the
one
rage.
there is rage.
Okay. We're gonna do that. Usability. There's the rage.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. Did that take? Yep, it took. You now have 4 out of 5 rages left.
Awesome.
And that means we have to do Wild Surge.
Okay. Wild Surge. There's Wild
And
Surge. Okay.
that's a lot of text. So I am just
Uh-huh.
going to have you roll a dice, and I've got to look up which die it is because it cuts off all these numbers improperly. Roll me a D8.
D8. Okay. Which one is the D8? Is it this one?
The third one in.
The D10. Third one in. Okay. Let me.
Triangle, square, D8.
Okay. Got it. Rolling now. Got a 7.
7. Flowers and vines temporarily grow around you until your rage ends. The ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for your enemies.
Ooh.
You're underwater.
You are
Yeah.
underwater and the shark is swimming.
They're not going to be
bolt-
happy, flowers and vines.
No, they're not.
They are
mean,
surrounded in
Kelp
salt
and
water.
stuff.
Well, yeah, we could say that they are appropriate for the terrain. So yeah, it's a kelp bed. Kelp.
Also,
won't be
I
able
just want to note. I just want to note thematically, this is a rebuke of the nothing grows here.
Oh.
Yes.
A bolt of light shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage. Oh wait, no. That's if you rolled
No.
Nate.
That's it.
That's if you were Nate.
Yeah, these are the information here is accurate, but because it tried to put it in this really narrow text box, the formatting is off. So it was hard for me to tell where 7 ended and 8 began because it puts the numbers centered vertically.
There's a little thin line between them.
Yeah.
There's a
And
slight
I can do bifocals.
change in color. Yeah.
So basically, we've got flowers 15 feet around you. I am going to do a thing that involves drawing a circle.
No.
Yes.
That no was not to you. That no was to the cat trying to pull the power cord from my router out of the wall.
Oh no.
Now here's the thing. It says 15 feet around you, but it doesn't say radius or diameter.
Oh.
I mean, it says ground,
It says,
but
it says the ground within 15 feet of you. I would say that's radius.
Yeah.
Well then, there's a circle. Let's change that color to green. Do I break things by filling the circle with green? That didn't actually fill the circle with green. It just changed the outline color. I'm not going to fight that because I have put a green circle on the map. Fear my power.
Dun, dun, dun.
That goes back a
That is, I
long
believe,
way.
something on the bingo card, and that is wrong. Hold on. The circle is not centered on you.
Oh,
Oops.
okay.
That's a me problem.
That looks better.
It's also not large enough.
Oh.
Now it's a bit too large. I'm done. I'm done fighting it. I'll adjust it later. But anyway, you are surrounded by kelp.
Okay.
The shark is still 50 feet above you because it's not its turn yet. It can't do anything. So for your action, if you have anything you can do ranged wise, you can do that. Otherwise, you can do the same thing that Tex is doing and hold your action.
Let's see. There's a lot of things in here.
There are. If you take a look, you have javelins. You could throw a javelin.
Okay, let's do that. Can I do that now?
Yes, you can. If you click on it,
Okay.
second tab is weapons.
Mhm.
You've got javelin melee and javelin thrown. So you can click on javelin thrown.
Okay.
And and press attack.
Okay. Attack. Where is attack on here?
It would be in the chat.
Should be in this. Oh, right there. Okay, cool. So I'm going to attack the shark with a javelin if I can.
Mm-hmm.
And
24 is going to hit. So go ahead and click damage.
okay. Damage. Got a 2. Well, got a 5.
Okay. We will apply that. And I believe you get a second attack.
Oh, good. Throw another javelin.
Although it looks like you only had one javelin on you.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. No, that's not true. So under weapons, it says javelin melee and javelin thrown. And then when you go down to consumables, javelin is there also. One of those, it says you've got one of these.
Wow.
Down at the bottom, it says you've got 5 of them. So yes, you have another javelin. You can do it again. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway.
I don't know what's up with that either.
Go ahead and hit the attack button.
Should I do it again?
You definitely can do it again.
Attack. Attempting to attack with a weapon with a quality of 0. Let me try this again.
I will fix that for you.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening
There
here.
you go. You can press it for real now.
I can press it for real? Okay.
Well,
javelin. Nope. Not equipped.
Okay. I increased the quantity to 4. It should actually work.
Okay.
It's being mean to you. Let's see. What was your bonus to hit? Okay. Just roll a d20 and I'll add.
Okay.
I'll math it.
Okay. Got a 20.
I don't think I need to math that. That's a d20. Okay. So scroll up and click where it says damage for javelin again. But this time, when you get the pop-up, click crit.
Okay. So I'm clicking on the damage button. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Doing that.
And click critical hit.
And critical hit. Got
2 1.
5.
Ouch. Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
You end up doing
Still counts as a critical hit over there.
Of damage on a crit. Oh. I have applied the damage.
It's going
okay.
Obviously, it was someplace that was extremely painful, but not actually a lot of damage. You know, you got grit in its eyes or something.
Okay.
You
Yeah, that'll work.
You have applied the worst toothpicks.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Emil's turn. Regretting unlife choices is a free action. And that's a 7.
A 7 will hit.
No.
No.
that is that's a natural 4. That is not going to help. Emil is not this session's A, because A has gotten more powerful over time.
Mm-hmm.
A would still not enjoy anything about this. Hobby.
It's called hide. Hobby is going to stay put for once. Let's see. And what's my range? Creature within range. Thank you. What's my range, you son of a...
It is 49 feet.
Tuna fish. 49 feet.
It's 49 feet, 11 inches.
Range. Just what the criff is the range on this. Just a moment.
Which ability?
That ability.
And it
60
would help
feet.
if I wasn't looking at the shark for your abilities.
Indeed.
It says 60-foot range.
Yes, it says that there. It doesn't say it on the description when I have to pop it into the thing at the moment because of never mind.
Gee, Crash, why are you interested in playing other games besides D&D? Well, let me tell you, fictional person. An 18 is going to hit.
Ooh. In that case, I get to roll damage because it's not a save. It's a make your hit normal. And for my bonus action,
I will apply that damage. And for the record, this is Ray of Frost that's being cast because I don't think any of us said it out loud.
Right.
Oh, whoops. And I didn't mean to do that just right then. Sorry. We can ignore that one. Besides, I can't. I'm not in range. But I clicked Shadow Blade, and then it decided to ask me about attacks on it.
So here is the problem. No, I'm not going to tell you this. I will tell you this later. But you have caused a problem.
I have?
You have caused a problem. We will find out what that problem is when it's the shark's turn. But it's not the shark's turn, so I'm not telling you yet. Is your turn done?
Action, bonus action. Oh no, it absorbed elements, didn't it? Damn. Oops, sorry.
No.
Criff.
You caused a problem for me.
Oh, sorry.
I appreciate
I am willing to bet I'm willing to bet that its swimming speed is 50 feet.
And now it's at...
And now it's 40.
Because it doesn't get a save. If it gets hit by Freezing Ray, it just slows down by 10 feet.
Sorry.
Can I take back that action surge?
I will consider it. But right now, I want to focus on Hobby. Is your turn done?
My turn is done. I have a Shadow Blade.
Okay. Then it's going to be Isli's turn. Isli, what are you doing?
Is this green circle space that's going to be shark occupied?
That green circle is filled with kelp because of a wild magic barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So that green circle is difficult terrain for sharks.
So, you know how I went? Why am I concentrating on Holy Weapon?
Because you wanted to concentrate on something.
Well, now I am accurately concentrating on Holy Weapon.
Whose Holy Weapon is it?
A shark
Texas.
Tooth. Or Texas. I suppose it could be Texas. I understand that pronouncing Tex in the possessive, this thing belongs to Tex, sounds very much like I'm talking about a state. You see the second largest state in the Union possessing a holy weapon. Because it's Texas, it's a shotgun.
Yeah.
The state screams the battle cry, America! Fireworks go off in the background.
No, that is not the battle cry of Texas.
Don't mess with Texas.
Yeah.
But it's so fun to mess with Texas.
I mean, it deserves it these days, but...
One of my brothers lives in Texas now with his kid, who's probably an adult-ish by now. So
my condolences to them.
Oh no, he's happy there. He's really happy there.
Well.
Most of Texas doesn't have giant sharks, so it's got that going for it.
Okay, true.
Okay, Isli, what else are we doing?
Anyway, I'm gonna give Tex a hand. I'm gonna swim up. And because I'm gonna swim up, I'm probably gonna take damage. And when I take damage, because protective bond is up,
a second bonded creature within 30 feet of the first.
I believe I used 5 feet of movement to come over to Tex, and therefore I'm slower than most people, right? Yes, 25 speed. And is swim half speed, or do I have something? So I.
For the record, I'm ignoring all the rules about
swim up 12.5. Okay.
Well, you can try. I'm ignoring all the rules about how attacks work underwater.
That's fair.
I'm
going to swim up. Do I round up or down here?
Unless otherwise stated, it's rounded down.
That's really silly when using speed to get into spaces. But yes, okay.
It's framed in the rules as each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot.
So they don't call it difficult terrain, but it is like difficult terrain, except you can't have double difficult terrain. So they worded it that way, so you can also be swimming through difficult terrain.
Right. If you're swimming through difficult terrain, it costs 2 extra feet instead of 1 extra foot.
But the difficult terrain here is only for enemies because wild magic. So you're fine.
Right. Upshot is
I'm going to swim up
10
as
feet.
far as I can swim up. No, I can't swim up 10 feet.
You can't swim 10 feet?
You have 20. You have 25 feet of movement. You use 5 of it to get to me.
No, 10.
Oh,
Wait, you know what? Yeah, it would be 10. So then you can swim 5 feet up.
well, 7.5.
True. You know what? I'm going to ad lib on some stuff here. Give me a DC 15 strength check, strength athletics. And I'm thinking of this because of what Ellie just copy pasted into chat from the rules.
Can Tex give her a boost?
I would argue that if Tex is giving her a boost, that would count as Tex's action, which would defeat the purpose of why we're doing this.
Okay.
So, Isley, just give us a strength athletics check.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Can I use my inspiration? I'm going to
You
use my
may.
inspiration.
you may use your inspiration. For the record, there was a D4 rolled as well, and we got a 3. And with an inspiration roll, we got a 4. So
Oof.
you attempt to solve the problem by swimming towards the giant shark god, and oddly enough cannot swim close enough to the giant shark god. These are words that are said in a D&D campaign. All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. For the record, I just went to press the button to go to the next person in combat, and I almost, because the windows are next to each other, clicked the disconnect button in Discord.
No.
Oh no.
Look, yesterday I had a field trip, and when we got back, I had time to teach one class before we had our winter, because recording this December, elementary dance. I got to chaperone kindergartners for over an hour. It wasn't bad, but it was very tiring. So,
Of course.
it is Cella Blues the consumer's turn. Cella Blues does not create any content of their own, and they live for Black Friday sales. All right. So they use all of their 50/40 movement to come down and almost get to the party. However, if you are a giant shark god, do you want to almost get to your prey?
If you know what's good for you and don't want to hit the action surge again, but who knows?
It's
It doesn't know you've done it.
I just rolled an intelligence check.
oh, that is not a smart
Minus
shark.
5.
He's in tight.
It's a giant shark. It knows eat. It
It's
pushes
a giant
through.
shark god.
It pushes
Usually
through.
those are...
It decides, no, not close enough. Must get closer. So it swims all the way down to within range.
Before you do that,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do something. Is that okay?
You're the one who held your action. You decide when it goes off.
So it's 10 feet above me, right? At the end of its normal movement?
At the end of its normal movement, yes, but now it's using its action to move. But if you
Sorry?
want to, it used its movement to get to 10 feet above you, and now it's using its action to move. If you want to trigger
Yeah,
Right.
it's dashing.
your action surge when it's 10 feet above you, you can do that. If you want to wait until it's on top of you, you can do that.
I want to trigger my action surge while it's 10 feet above me.
Okay. Peerless Athlete. As a bonus action, you can use your Channel Divinity to augment your athleticism. For the next 10 minutes, you have advantage on strength athletics and dexterity acrobatics checks. You can carry, push, drag, and lift twice as much weight as normal, and the distance of your long and high jumps increases by 10 feet. This extra distance costs movement as normal. You've
So if I
technically
had
used
the
20
movement-
feet of movement.
If I
So
had
it
the
would-
movement, I could jump 18 feet in the air. As it is, I can only make it to 10.
Oh no. So you're doing this as it finishes its 40 feet of movement down from 50 because
Yes.
somebody covered it in ice.
Sorry.
The ice has jagged edges on it. So this shark is now not smooth.
It's going to be even less smooth after we get done with it.
Tex, you have jumped 10 feet through water. Before gravity and negative buoyancy, well, positive buoyancy, no, it would be negative buoyancy. Before gravity and negative buoyancy reapply themselves to the situation, is there anything you wish to do?
There is.
That would be Chainbreaker. That would be
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
That would be... Yes. Your dice are very pretty, though. I will tell you that. A 23 will hit.
Ooh.
Much better.
Then the 1d4 is unnecessary on this attack anyway. Because she gets 2.
It's true. I do.
Because action surge.
No, because extra attack.
Well, yes, but you used your action previously, which is why the actions. Never mind. Technically, we're both right, which is the best kind of right. That is 20 points of bludgeoning damage, I believe.
And for my second attack,
it's a menu.
Merrick, you're up.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see.
And now it's close enough for you to actually hit with your axe.
Right, yeah.
Is it?
Let me find the axe. Hold on.
It's still
I don't
10
know.
feet off the ground.
Yeah, but Merrick swam up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see. Where am I looking at this? I'm in the wrong box here. Hold on. What was I doing?
Well, you are close enough
I know
to
I
hit
was
it with
swimming
a great
up.
axe.
Uh-huh.
So in the
Okay.
second
You
tab,
you get one great axe attack.
yes.
Okay. Let's see if I can find the great axe in here somewhere.
If you click on the picture next to the
There it
great
is.
axe, you get the configure roll pop
Yeah.
up. And you
Okay.
don't have to go back and forth. I think that's a new change.
Okay. So I
But-
should use attack?
Yes, click attack.
Yes? No?
Yes, click
Clicking
attack.
Got
You have
29?
gotten your second
was a
nat
crit.
20 of the evening. So when
Wow.
you click damage, please make sure you click the critical hit button.
Okay, so I'm clicking damage and I'm clicking critical hit
Yep.
and 13.
13 points
That
of
doesn't
damage.
seem like enough.
It doesn't seem
But
like
it's
enough.
it's
but
No,
because
I
it's doubled
mean,
the dice.
No, but a barbarian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A
there should
raging
be
barbarian.
Brutal
Right.
critical.
bonus.
Okay.
So you're looking over rage. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
It's brutal critical. It's in the barbarian feature.
Oh yeah, it's up at the top.
At the top? Okay.
Oh yeah, you roll an extra damage die.
Okay.
Okay, so roll another. What was that? D.
No, you roll 2 extra dice. Because
Two
you're.
extra dice?
Oh no, sorry. We're only 12th level. Next level, you roll 2 extra dice.
Okay.
Okay.
So roll another
Sorry.
D12, and I'll add that.
A D12. Okay.
Yes.
That's a D8. That's a D10. That's a D12. Okay.
Good eye, you.
Another 5.
Every 5 helps.
Mhm.
It does. Just ask anyone who's gone to a dollar store going, oh, everything here is $1. I'm not going to spend that much money. And they walk out going, how did I spend $55?
Yeah.
How did I do that?
Yeah.
Cart is full of fidget spinners.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, and for the record, I have moved it 5 feet downward.
Okay.
You swam up and smacked it on its head so it went down further. Wonderful.
Yes.
Now,
Push
because
the
of
chain
this,
round it and yank.
because of this, it does not use its action to move further. Instead, it is
Okay.
going to do a chomp.
Okay.
And it is going to attempt to bite. Well, there's 3 individuals here that are within range. Isli and Tex and Merrick. So
Mhm.
I'm just going to roll a die. Because so far as this is concerned, it's going to eat all of you. It's a buffet.
It's a buffet.
Okay, it's going to
Hey.
go for Merrick.
Okay. Let's see what I can do with that.
Well, first I need to find the button. It is going to go for a bite.
Okay.
And that is... I clicked on bite and it gave me an option for save. No, we're not saving versus bite. That's not how it works.
You sure about that?
Also, I love how they jury-rig things together for a gaming engine, because for the record, this is going to be a one-handed attack. The bite
Yeah.
is a one-handed attack.
Oh my.
The shark is a sock puppet.
Kind of funny.
That's
Yes.
a dirty 20 to hit.
Sorry.
So that is going to hit you.
Okay.
And that
Isli,
means...
you want to do a thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah. What should I be doing?
Oh, I thought you might do your interpose thing.
Okay, if you don't want to.
I don't have a. The teleport is when the creature near you or when the ally near you is about to take damage, and I can only impose disadvantage on the roll.
But protective bond is up.
That applies to everyone in the party.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, cool.
I didn't know if I mean
Right.
I can do it if you want, but
I didn't think I was within 5 feet of Merrick. Am I?
You are closer to Merrick than
jumped
this
up.
is.
would be if you used protective bond.
That's what I'm saying. But the only thing I can do, that's not true. That's not true. I use protective bond.
I love being there when someone looks over things to go, oh. It's one of the reasons I love being a teacher. Anyway, use protective bond. So, I know what that is, but for those who don't, please explain.
I would if I hadn't just scrolled all the way down. This is something Isily does. The bond you forge between people helps them protect each other. When a creature affected by your emboldening bond feature is about to take damage, a second bonded creature within 30 feet of the first can use its reaction to teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the first creature. The second creature then takes all the damage instead.
The shark thinks it's gonna bite down on an hors d'oeuvre the size of a halfling barbarian, and instead chomps down on a 7-foot-tall murder bot.
There is actually one more thing I'm going to do. This is in addition to the protective bond.
Bait and switch. When you're within 5 feet of a creature on your turn, which you definitely are, because even if you weren't, you are now, you can expend 1 superiority die and switch places with that creature. So you teleport to within 5 feet of Merrick, and then suddenly Merrick is within 5 feet of you.
Yes. The shark is still attacking me, and now Merrick gets +2 to their AC.
Wonderful. Now, with that said, Tex is going to take 27 points of chomping damage.
Okay. If you apply that, I think it'll prompt me to make a concentration check.
You don't see an apply button?
No, I do not.
Huh. Okay. Well, then I shall apply it. It's funny. I thought you would see that too, but okay.
And now it has prompted me to do a concentration check.
And that is a 13, which is a success in this case, apparently.
13 is a success.
Yes. Because it made it green. Put a little checkbox next to it. Because math.
Also, I rolled a 3 on the die.
Yes, I saw the 3 and thought, oh no. And then I wasn't counting on the fact that you had a +4 and a +4 and a +1 and a +1.
Yes. I have +10 to my constitution saves.
Now, oddly enough, this particular shark god, its bite doesn't have swallowing as an option. That's a problem. It is, however, going to make another attack, because why would I have a shark god that doesn't have multi-attack? So it is going to do a tail swipe at Isily. No, this is not a save. 22.
Wow.
How many hit points do you have, Isily?
Oh, a lot. That's gonna hit.
Okay. That's going to be 18 points of damage.
And I need to make a concentration save. Do I have Warcaster? No, I do not have Warcaster. Okay. However, I do add a 1d4 to this because of the thing, which isn't going to help.
Okay. Yep, that's a 9. All right. And that is Celeblus's turn, which takes us to Tex. Tex, you are currently within the boundaries of a shark mouth. It is open, prepared to chomp again, but because of game mechanics, it cannot.
I'm going to knock some more teeth out.
There's just this conveyor belt of teeth coming around.
Ting, ting, ting.
It's like the idea of a fair where the things are moving across and you shoot them with a little pellet gun, but also that was a 2.
The 1d4 is not going to save that.
No.
It might save that, though.
That's a 17. An 18
not
will
gonna
hit,
save that.
so the D4
An 18
does
hits?
save it. The fact that the D4 exists is what saves it.
Alrighty. You know what?
I will not say chicken butt. I will not say chicken butt. I will.
I'm going to bet that this shark doesn't have a very high wisdom.
We already established intelligence was its dump stat, but go on.
That's 14 damage, and when you hit with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority die to add the total to the damage roll, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw at DC 17. On failure, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than you until the end of your next turn.
So, wisdom saving throw. That's a 15.
That won't make it.
What if Celebluce wants it?
So unless it attacks me, well, then it had better spend a legendary save on making it.
Well, Celebluce wants you to know that it was intending to attack you anyway. And you might have ordered it to attack you specifically, but it's not doing this because you said it. It's doing it because it wants to. Just in case there was any confusion, you should be aware of this.
Oh, and I drive it another 5 feet down to the ground. As I sink down.
It hits the ocean floor.
And that's my turn.
You now have a shark god covered in kelp and difficult terrain.
Yep.
I'm going to put it over here to establish that it is, in fact, within the difficult terrain kelp.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is Merrick's turn.
Okay. How far up is this shark right now?
It is not up at all. It is down.
It is down.
It's large enough that you don't need to swim to hit it.
Okay. Sure. So let's see what I can do here. I don't need to swim to do it. Okay, so let's throw another javelin, maybe?
Oh, no.
Hit it with your axe.
Use your great axe.
Just hit it with your great axe.
Oh, good idea. Okay. Yeah. Normal? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Try that. Okay.
Got
a 16.
A 16 is not going to do it.
Click the triangle die.
Triangle die. Okay.
An 18 will.
Oh.
Okay.
Cool.
For the record, why are we doing the D4s? I thought that was
the emboldening bond.
But
the
did
emboldening bond.
that fall?
Sorry? No, emboldening bond didn't fall. Holy weapon fell.
Ah.
Okay. That's what I was checking on because I couldn't remember which of those was the concentration thing. Right.
Yeah. The holy weapon is the concentration spell.
Okay. So, good news. An 18 hits. Roll your damage.
All right. Which dice is that? Is it a D20 you want? Or
It's going to be click the damage button for your great axe in the chat.
Oh, okay.
And then just click normal.
Okay. Got a 14.
Okay. I will apply that, but also because of your raging, roll another D12, and we'll add that damage also.
Another D12. Okay. Figure out which one's which. D10, D12. Here we go. Got a 3.
All right. That's another 3. All right. I will add 3 hit points.
All right.
Wait, no. Subtract 3. All right. Now, as it turns out, you have 2 attacks. So this whole thing we just did, let's do it again.
Do it again. Okay.
Yeah, roll another attack.
We're doing. Okay, another attack. I'll come up here and do that. Okay.
That's definitely going to hit.
24. Yeah.
Roll your damage again.
Okay.
This is way better than 5 points.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
get 16.
another 16 damage. I will apply that.
Okay.
And roll a D12.
Is there another? Yes.
Sorry, what?
Roll a D12.
Roll another D12.
Roll another D12. Okay. Okay. Rolling that one. It's a fun.
One more. It's every damage helps.
Yeah, it was a pretty good streak for a while there. So, all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll get to like the very last few hit points, and it'll be at 1 hit point and kill one of the characters. Like, if only I'd rolled a 2.
No. Oh no. Okay.
As he predicts the
I
future.
guess I'm
Anyway.
done.
Okay. It is Merrick's turn.
It is?
Oh, that
Merrick-
was a damage roll, not an attack roll.
I'm sorry. What was
Merrick
that?
just went.
Okay.
No, not
Yeah.
Merrick. It is Emil's turn.
It's Emil's turn.
Who, what, where?
Yes, it's not Merrick's turn, but also the thing I thought was a attack roll was a damage roll.
Okay.
When you get to the mid-levels, that can be easily mistaken.
Emil almost hits the thing. Yes, he
Oh.
Rolled that
the-
beautiful
can you roll a
1d4.
Mm-hmm.
A D4 would allow that to hit. So Emil did something.
Yay!
We're all very proud of him. Emil does 4 points of damage. Well, 7 points of damage.
Yep.
Yay, Emil.
I hate to say this.
Hmm?
It's up to my proficiency bonus, and my proficiency bonus isn't a +5.
Mhm.
Only 4 people have the
Oh.
bond.
Don't
Yeah.
give it to me.
Well, it's already happened. So
No, you need it, Hobby.
No, I don't. I'm fine.
Yeah,
next
yes,
round, Emil will not
you're
get the bonus.
squishy. Yeah.
It's
You're
It's
squishy
fine.
and non-ranged. Emil is ranged.
Emil missed by 1. So far as Emil knows, it actually did hit, but it bounced off the shark's smooth skin.
Yes.
Tough but
It
smooth.
slid along.
Not
Yes.
that squishy.
So we're agreed. When we get back, we're going to hoist him on our shoulders and go, Emil, Emil, Emil.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we are.
You hoist him on his shoulders to get him closer to the sun. He screams in terror and pain.
Oh no.
No. Don't bounce him off the cavern ceilings either.
Well, the cavern has a much higher ceiling now that a dragon turtle came through.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, only in that part.
My
of
turn?
it. It is your turn.
Okay. Valve Enmity, bonus action. You, shark god. I hate you right now. I assume it's within 10 feet.
This shark god is why you are wet.
Yes. Boy, do I hate this shark god. I hate this shark god so much. I am wet. I am a wet cat in the water.
This cannot continue.
Mhm.
Therefore, Valve Enmity. I gain advantage on attack rolls for 1 minute or until it drops to 0 hit points or falls unconscious. At which point it kind of doesn't matter. Yes, fear me. No, I'm not doing Abjure Enemy because that wouldn't work anyway. I've learned my lesson about shark gods. Valve Enmity gives me advantage. I am gonna swim over here. How many squares do I get to go?
Your movement speed is reduced
Move
by
at 30.
half. It's 15 total you can move because water.
5, 10, 5?
You can move 3 squares total.
I only need to move like 1, don't I?
Technically speaking,
I mean, yeah.
yeah. I mean, technically speaking, you are all, except for Merrick, within the boundary box for the shark. But its character art makes it look much smaller than the bounding box.
Well, I'm going to step on up here, and I'm not going to try and move through. I don't want to get things of where is that anyway? It's not going to get a where's it? It's not going to get an opportunity attack, hopefully, if I step
If you
into here,
move away
right?
from it. If you stay right there, you're fine.
Oh, kind of tempted to go one further and go here,
okay.
if that's all right.
Go there. Mm-hmm.
Because I want to get under it and get at the soft underbelly. I mean, it's probably not a soft underbelly, but you know how that goes. And then I would like to scroll way up here and find... There's my shadow blade. Which, well, normal. Let's see if I can actually make it.
That's an 18. You just
That's an
make it.
18. Oh, righty. And now I scroll way up here again. This is a very I really ought to be able to just do this. Okay. Let go. Look, there's my shadow blade. Damage. Normal. That's 7 psychic. And now I'd like to invoke sneak attack because I have advantage on it. And while I'm here, I think I'm going to invoke a Divine Smite with a level 1 spell for 10.
Okay.
I think I'm done.
Applying the sneak attack damage, applying the divine smite damage.
7 plus 19 plus 10.
So you rush
You're
in
doing more
and go
damage than I am.
stabbity. Divine smite stabbity. As one does.
I love the ability to do the enmity, which gives me advantage, which means I have a sneak attack.
And you're also more likely to crit because of that.
Oh, am I? All right, I didn't notice
Yes.
that part.
Congratulations, the shark
Also-
god is bloodied.
Oh.
There's one thing I want to point out,
Yes?
and I'm very sorry to do this after the fact.
Oh.
You didn't roll with advantage.
No, no, I just spent it, didn't I? That's okay, I hit it, so I'll
Yeah, but roll to see if you crit.
This is true.
okay, I will do another.
Just roll a d20.
Because if you crit, you get to roll all those dice again.
Yeah. Just roll a d20 because we're just checking to see if you got a 20 or not.
That's true. Okay, where's my... There's my d20. Roll them. A 3.
Nope.
No.
But, well, we had a
Oh.
5% chance. It was a worthy attempt. Also,
It was a worthy
you
attempt.
did a lot of damage anyway.
Yes, I did.
The shark god is bloodied.
All right.
Okay. And that's your turn. It is Isli's turn. We're going to start with Isli making a religion check. With a 22.
Very nice.
Isli, something's not right about this. This is definitely a battle with something celestial. This is not a normal shark in any way. This is not even a shark that is, there's some type of shark god that has empowered this shark type of thing. But this should be a tougher
Doesn't
battle.
really seem like an avatar. Yeah.
It's an avatar would possibly be stronger than this. Something's not right about this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
We don't have Zuda here. We shouldn't be taking gods down in 2 rounds.
it's not really awe-inspiring. That's not Isoli's voice.
I mean, so far as the map is concerned, the shark is 5, 10, 15. It's 60 feet long. So in that regard,
not really awe-inspiring.
I mean, it's
Lots
fun-
of things are
65
bigger
foot
than me.
shark. But yeah, it's getting close to the end of the second round and it's already bloodied. Something's not quite right. And you're pretty sure it's not just because the GM wanted the fight to not go for 8 hours. Mostly because you don't know about that fourth wall. But with that realization that I have now made sure is not just fourth wall breaking, but canon, what do you choose to do?
Well, this is weird, but there's still a giant shark and it's still a giant problem. So, would it like to make a wisdom save?
No.
Probably not.
It would.
It
Ooh.
does make a wisdom saving throw,
Mhm.
but didn't want to.
I'm sure it would like to make the wisdom save much more than it would like to fail the wisdom save.
Right.
Okay, that's 1d8 per 2 slot levels. So I'm gonna cast it at 4th level.
Spiritual weapon of 14 could hit with a d4
No.
added, or did you already add it? You already added it.
It's added.
Okay.
Yeah,
So alas, the
I
spiritual
rolled a
weapon,
4 on the die.
You are not able to boop the snoot of the shark god like you booped the snoot of its empowered shark minion. Actually, no. It was
Anyway,
Dragon
that's
totally
my
did that too. All right.
Yeah.
It is Celeblus's turn. Celeblus is going to spin around in the kelp bed. They briefly try to swim up and around, and the kelp is wrapping around it, and it's like, you know what? Forget this. Forget you. Forget you. Forget you. Especially forget you. You're cool. Forget you. You're
Is that
cool
Good
was-
Burger?
I don't know where that's from, but it's been parodied enough times in other locations.
Yeah.
It is going to do a tail swipe at Tex. That's a
32
32.
just barely hits.
Oof.
Well, it's got a plus 14.
For
Oof.
15 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's a 21 on your
That
concentration
easily makes
saving throw.
21.
You continue to concentrate.
And Celdus continues to spin around and attempt a bite attack against you as well. For a 26.
26 is a little closer to not hitting.
Slightly. For 19 points of chomping damage. Nom 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 nom. And 18 is also a successful concentration save. I enabled health bars in Foundry, and it's neat to see that when you get to a certain point, your health bar turns from green to yellow.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, we've been playing for significantly longer than an hour. What do you say we take a short break?
Okay.
All right, we're back, and everyone is enjoying the experience except for the shark god, who just went. So now it's Tex's turn.
It was a nice try. But as always, I can do this all day.
That's a D10 that you rolled. Second wind. You gain 15 hit points from second wind.
Once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 8 hit points.
You take a deep breath. Your lungs fill with water, but you are a robot. This doesn't matter. You are now less buoyant. Activating bilge pumps. That's oh, I know that the dice are not physics based, but that was almost a 20.
Yeah.
And
But with the plus 1, it's an 18.
When you add a D4, a 17 hits. All right. That's 10 points of chainbreaker damage.
And second verse, same as the first.
Second verse, you hit it harder.
Yes. And what was I going to do?
Distracting strike.
Distracting strike. When you hit with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to add the total to the damage roll, and the next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than you has advantage if the attack is made before the start of your next turn.
Well, the next attacker is going to be Merrick.
Merrick should do it.
Golly.
Okay. Let's see. Had a character sheet here somewhere. Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. Okay. All right. So
another 17 damage.
Okay. So,
oh, wow.
Merrick, when you are using your Great Axe attack, don't click where it says normal for the attack. Click advantage.
Okay. Advantage.
For this one, anyway.
And we have
A 5
15?
and a 6.
That's
15.
not
Oh, one D4.
do it, but roll a D4.
A D4? Okay.
Yes, because if you can bring that up to an 18, you hit.
Okay.
That'll do it.
That'll
There
do.
we go. Okay.
That'll do. Okay, roll
Yep.
your damage.
That'll do.
Yes,
Okay,
because 15 plus
damage.
3 equals
18.
Okay. So do I click normal or critical?
in this case normal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do that. It's a 3? No, it's a
8.
8.
That's an 8.
And then you do get another attack, but this one's normal.
Okay. Let's try that again. Is this with the great axe again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
And normal?
Normal. Here we go. And
Oh my gosh,
17?
it wobbled on 20.
And
And
yeah,
it did. Yeah, it did.
with the existence of the D4 means that hits.
Yes.
does the
Awesome.
existence
so
of the
roll
D4
damage.
affect both of them? Good. Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. So I don't know. I could go up and
Roll
probably hit
damage.
the shark with the great axe. Yeah. Roll damage.
Yeah,
That's what you're
roll
doing.
your damage.
Okay. Rolling damage. Okay. 11.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, next up is going to be Emil.
Good luck, Emil.
Go, Emil. We're all rooting for you.
Oh,
That's a 13.
is Emil not proficient?
That's a good question. No. It's not adding proficiency.
Why?
It's a crossbow.
Because vampires don't have proficiency in crossbows.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Emil is crying his best.
trying his best. See?
You can't tell. You're all underwater.
Right. Yeah.
Would
Speaking
Emil
of
do better to
underwater-
try to bite it?
I don't think Emil wants to get close enough to bite it.
Well, okay, that's fair.
One good bite would deserve another, and then you would have half of it a meal.
Let
Speaking-
me grow.
Speaking of underwater, hobby.
I am still underwater. I still hate this shark. And I still have a Shadow Blade. And I'm attacking... Oh, right, I'm attacking advantage, right?
I believe you used that ability.
Well, will 20 hit? It's on nat 20. Will dirty 20 hit?
It lightly grazes. It slides across its smooth skin.
Oh, I'll just have to.
Now that
do
I know
some
about that
damage then,
meme
won't
from
I?
Ellie, I am not going to stop referencing it when there's sharks involved.
Let's do
Hobby?
my...
Stop rolling Shadow Blade with your int.
I just hit the button.
Yeah, stop doing that. It's not a spell attack.
Oh, it hit? Should it not have hit?
It would have
It
hit anyway.
should, but it will hit better. You're rolling with a +1 when you should be rolling with something higher than that.
Oh, well, there's 9 damage. But it was a sneak attack because I had advantage on the roll. So, there's my sneak attack.
You're right
There's
in
my
front
sneak
of
attack.
its nose, which is prime biting range, but also you're in its blind spot.
Apparently. So there's 19 of sneak attack.
All right.
And I have these first level spells for a reason, which is to power Divine Smite. And there's another 10.
All right. All of this has been applied.
I am a Cuisinart.
Now I'm thinking
And we
of
are
a
all
Great
lucky
Owl
that
song.
and we're all lucky that I don't get 2 attacks round normally, do I? I don't think I do.
You don't.
It's a shame.
And
The only
we are
reason
lucky
A has-
because otherwise your turn would take half an hour.
The only reason A gets 2 attacks is because A uses an offhand.
Yeah.
An
It
offhand?
doesn't get to add as much.
That's fair.
Well, speaking of multiple attacks, I know somebody who has a spiritual weapon.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
And I will roll the spiritual weapon just as soon as I find the spiritual weapon.
The rolled up newspaper has gotten soggy and started to fall apart. It is spiritual paper mache. A 28 is going to hit.
I should hope. Now it pulled me down to the bottom, so I need to find it again for the damage.
Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. We're forever scrolling.
It's not doing it the right way. It's supposed to be 2d8.
All right. That is 12 points of spiritual weapon damage. And for your action?
Is the shark in such a location that I can drift down to where Tex is without taking an AOO?
Yes. An AOO,
Right.
which I believe is pronounced OW!
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Would Tex like to get 19 hit points back?
Sure.
All right.
X will not argue about being green again.
All right. Celeblues leaves its Santa hat behind. Not that that was canon. Again, we're recording in December. You're not hearing this in December, most likely. Actually, Patreon patrons might be hearing this in December. But, and attempts to flee.
Attack
This
of
is-
opportunities?
Celeblues disengages.
Oh, okay.
How far does it move? It's in difficult terrain.
Exactly that far.
Okay.
Because it used its action to disengage, so I was very much aware that it had difficult terrain to escape from. It has 50 foot of movement normally, so it could only move 5 squares because of how much space is surrounded by grasping kelp and vines. Thanks, barbarian. But that's Celeblus's turn. Tex.
I'm sorry, the shark is fleeing.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Is the shark out of my range?
The shark is close enough to the ground that if you're on the ground, you can hit it. But the scale of placement is accurate for where everyone is.
How much movement do I need to use to get to a point where I can hit it with a weapon, with a melee weapon?
30. Well, it's 30 feet away.
Okay.
So you'd need 60 to get to it.
That's some impressive swimming.
Now, hold on. Strike that. Math is hard. It is 15 feet from you, so you would need 30.
Okay.
I doubled it and doubled it again. That was a me problem.
Gotcha. Well, I am going to close that distance then.
Okay.
Just making sure I know the details of what's on my character sheet.
That is a 22 with Chainbreaker. That hits. How do you want to do this? That's 9 points of damage. It had 8 remaining.
No wonder it tried to run.
Wow.
I am going to use my remaining 5 feet of underwater movement to jump just a little bit. Not enough to actually be doing a long jump or a high jump or anything. And
you're doing
drive it down into the
is a lot of
sand.
real cool. You're driving it down into the sand. Okay. You do that. It pushes
basically
through.
I use my crusher ability to move it 5 feet downward into the sand, which is
It definitely does that.
not a tenable situation.
It goes down more than 5 feet. It is 5 feet into the sand, but the body compresses. Sides split open, ribs break, and burst through the now no longer smooth skin. And it lifts back up a little bit as it rebounds from the impact, then settles back down to the bottom as the area around it starts to form a reddish haze from its bodily fluids leaking out from many, many holes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Later on, you can tell Emil that some of them were crossbow bolt holes. I will require a deception check. Anyone with a level or more in cleric or paladin. That was a 21 performance skill check. Anyone with a level of cleric or paladin, give me a religion roll. The difficulty is 20.
Oof.
Remember,
With a
I think
13?
we all have D4s still.
A D4 is not going to get me there.
Yep, no, it is not going to, but I am...
Nor will it get me
So-
there. Well, Italy, you've got cleric.
Yep, I'm rolling,
Okay.
but that's not gonna do it.
We have a 13, 9, and 14. Okay, so
I did my best, but I rolled an 8.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Mhm.
Isli is still certain that this fight was far too easy. Isli and Tex, for different reasons, both know without a doubt that this was a celestial being that you just vanquished. But this fight was too easy. And there is still that light off in the distance. That in its final moments, Celeblus was making a break for it. And
Poppy's
that's
fur
where-
would stand on end, but she's wet.
Oh, no.
And that's where
I
we're
don't
going
get to
end
do my
our game.
performance check. I did that performance check on purpose.
Oh, what do you want to do?
So Tex kills the shark,
Mm-hmm.
and the red fills the water around the shark.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time anybody sees Tex, she's walking out of the red cloud with her hammer over her shoulder. Well, that's dealt with.
You know what? Give me a religion check again. Same difficulty, but at advantage. Just text.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's
With
a
a
5.
2 and a 4 on the die, I think I'm not succeeding on that one.
Alas. Well, perhaps you'll find out what that would have revealed next.
Next time on Cause and Effect, Grumps.
All right. So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for playing. My name is Crash. I was joined by a bunch of awesome people tonight, including Beth, Ellie, Eo, and Jen. Who wants to plug a thing?
Ia's mom writes books at elizabethmccoy.com. They're ebooks. You can ask your library to, check them out. And, well, actually, you ask the library to buy them. They're cheap for libraries. And then you get to check them out, and you can check them out for free, and I get paid, and the library is happy because I didn't charge like $50. So, speaking of cool books,
my website is bookofjen.net. It's got a variety of things on it depending on my mood at the time or how much energy I have at the moment. So you can find that at bookofjen.net. I'm also the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which hasn't been I haven't had time to make another podcast in like a really long time because I got sick, but I'm better now, so I'm hoping to do that again. And you can find that at shatteredsoulstone.com.
And speaking of podcasts,
speaking of cool websites, yeah,
you can find all of our podcasts at aaronbsmith.com/cogwheel. You can also follow us on the Fediverse at is.aaronbsmith.com/@cogwheel. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming, where I put all these episodes as soon as they are recorded. So, well, not recorded, as soon as they're edited. I don't put the raw files up there. But the edited versions, months early in many cases. That schedule's a bit more sporadic. It depends on when I have the energy to do it. At the time I'm recording this, it is a week before my winter break where I'm going to have 2 weeks off. So I'm going to be editing possibly all the backlog during that time. That could be a thing. I can usually manage one a day if I have the energy. So we will see how that goes. But if you are on Patreon, thank you for helping us keep the lights on. A special thanks go to Ellie, Shen Shen, Walter, Liv Droman, and Patron Emeritus Cindy. And until next time, this is Crash saying, okay, well, he should have expected that. After all, he did get close enough for me to siphon his power too. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Go to bed.
You can't tell me what to do.